Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And a reminder to members, we're going on the board for this very important amendment. So I hope folks can pay attention for long enough to understand the consequences of this vote. And why? Why am I bringing this amendment forward? I will tell you. Republican members of this chamber asked me for this amendment. They asked for it. I lobbied Republican members of the House who I knew have been on the side of LGBT people for years. I told them about the horrors of this bill. I told them we are not grandfathering any kids in who are playing now. They will be expelled from the team. How can we do this to them? They said, can't we grandfather them in? Bring the amendments. You're right, Carlos, you're right. We cannot do this. This is the amendment. It's the amendment you asked for. You didn't want to disrupt these kids' lives. You didn't want to humiliate them. Members, there is no grandfathering provision in this bill. Line 108 says this act shall take effect July 1st, 2021. I asked the sponsor, what happens to these kids? Who notifies them that they've been thrown off the team if they're currently playing? The sponsor said, well, I would imagine that they would be allowed to stay the rest of the academic year. Members, there are no lines in this bill that allow for these students to stay for the rest of the academic year. It's not there because it doesn't exist. Now help me understand how this is going to be implemented. Governor DeSantis signs the bill, and little Joey down in Key West, who's playing on the girls' soccer team, is getting a letter from the Department of Education. Effective July 1st, 2021, House Bill 1475 was signed into law, and your child is no longer welcome on the soccer team. Maybe it won't be a letter from the Department of Education. Maybe it will be a phone call from the school district or the kid's principal. Maybe the coach will call and try to soften the blow and say, Joey, I'm sorry. I know you don't understand, but you can't be on the team anymore. Can you imagine the psychological and emotional harm that will cause on this child forever? I actually asked for people to please debate. I requested members who oppose this amendment, please debate and tell me why you feel so strongly that we absolutely must expel these trans kids that are currently playing. Tell me. No one stood up. Why? Are you embarrassed? Why? What explanation are you going to provide to your constituents when they say, well, Rep. Smith wanted the kids to keep playing and introduce an amendment to at least soften the blow to not purge these kids from their teams, and you voted against it? Why? Are you going to tell them Republican leadership made me do it? Is this an answer that we give? Members, you didn't stand up to defend the bill. You didn't stand up against the amendment because you can't defend the indefensible. We should let these kids play. We should not tell them they're not welcome. But I do have a message for those kids. Those kids who are questioning why this is happening and what is going to happen to them if this bill passes. To those trans kids in Florida, you are perfect just the way you are. We love you. We support you. Don't ever change, no matter what Tallahassee politicians say. Please vote for this amendment.